Elizabeth Weiss, and this is to show you a little bit about what it's like to live with RSD.
Okay, we were going to have Elizabeth narrate, but she is not feeling well right now, so we're going to make a slight change in plans, and I'm going to do some narrating. This is the position you will normally find Elizabeth in day and night. This is the only position that she feels any kind of, I don't want to say relief, but the pain levels she feels are a little less intense as they would be if she had her feet laying straight on the bed, and certainly if she was walking, which doesn't happen for an extended period of time. So again, the only position she's feeling any relief from is going to be this one with her legs up on the wedge. Okay, what I'm showing here are Elizabeth's legs when they are elevated on the wedge. I'm going to try to get in as close as possible, and you'll find a lot of information in the letter enclosed on RSD. The letter is approximately 4 or 5 pages long, and there's only so much information you can include in a letter that length, but it also gives some resources where you can find additional information on the syndrome and the condition. But as you can see, her legs here look somewhat normal in color. I'm trying to pick up as much detail as I can, but this is the only time you're going to find her legs looking this way, is when they're elevated. I'm going to try to get in close here to her toes and toenails. The detail is kind of hard to make out on the camera, but you can see they're certainly long, and if you were here in person you'd be able to tell that they look and certainly appear to be extremely brittle, and they are. I have to be very careful not to touch her legs, because that would send her into a tizzy, to say the least. You can see here also those 2 little dots on her foot is when she had a procedure to freeze neuromas in there that formed as a result of the fire extinguisher falling on her foot. In order to do that, she had to fly up to New York and have a procedure done under a specialist up there, and that paved the way for her to receive the first 5-day ketamine treatment, which didn't have much of an effect, at least at this point. So again, you can see those 2 holes right there. And I just forgot to add, when Elizabeth had that surgery was in November
of 06.
November of 06, and right now this is being filmed, we're in July of 07. So those holes are, or those marks are probably going to be there indefinitely, is what it looks like. So, and that's we're assuming just another effect of the RSD on the body. Certainly affects the healing. Okay, what we're going to do now is attempt to show you in real time the color and texture changes that her legs go through when she does something as simple as getting up and walking to the kitchen, maybe standing there for a minute. So let me try again to just get a shot of what her legs look like normally, and hopefully you can get a good idea as to what the color looks like, you know, relatively normal when they're elevated like this and she's on her back. And what she's going to do now is put on a medical boot, which is the only protective piece of footwear she's able to put on the foot itself. And you can see, I mean, this is definitely painful for her. But again, she certainly needs something to protect the foot when moving around. And she's currently walking with the aid of a cane, so you saw how the legs again looked relatively normal, and we'll show you in real time. And this is something that, you know, she does every day, and normally she can't walk for like I said in the letter and maybe earlier in the tape, you know, more than minutes at a time without experiencing overwhelming and agonizing pain. But again, we'll show you in real time what this color change will look like. So if she were to just go into the kitchen, make a cup of coffee or something to eat, you know, you can even, let's see, And already you can see some of the splotchiness starting to appear and the color changing right before your eyes. Kind of gets purple and yellowish to begin with. And gets worse over a few seconds. I mean, you can see it happening in real time. And, you know, let me zoom out a little bit here and you can actually get a feel for how high up the leg it goes. And this does not feel good for her. I mean, not happy. I'm making her do this though. So now you can really see it's starting to come through. And this has only been, I don't know, a minute or two. I mean, you saw when she got out of bed, and it's not a pleasant feeling for her. And she's being a real sport right now. Okay. Now it's really starting to come through, almost like leopard spots. You know, you can see all those purple, and she just snickered when I said leopard spots, but that's what it looks like. And you can see it working its way all the way up the leg, almost even past where her shorts are. I mean, you can see kind of where it comes to a halt, but if you look now, I'll just pan down the whole leg, and you see that color change. See now? I mean, it's really clear. And this is all in real time, has not been cut or edited. I mean, you saw it, you've been with us the whole time, so she's being a real trooper right now, and she's biting her lip, but I'll get yelled at later. But this is worth it. She's breathing heavily now, and I think you get the point. So we're going to go back and lay down, and I'll show you in real time what it'll look like once she puts her legs back up, and how quickly that color change will dissipate. So we'll follow her back to the room. That's her cat, which is her companion, gives her lots of love when she's going through this. She's a mean cat. She hisses at me.
You deserve it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're following Elizabeth back into her bedroom. And that's a tabletop where she has her essentials, her medication, which there's a ton of, you can see, and her gum. She chews a lot of gum because she, as a side effect of the medication, there's some more medication she has. She gets a metallic taste in her mouth a lot, so she chews a lot of gum to try to combat that. Okay, so here are her legs. Trying to get that with the lighting. You can still kind of make the splotchiness out here. You can still see it there, but it will certainly dissipate. There, you can still make it out within the next minute or so. Sometimes it takes a little longer to go away than it does to appear, but and she's hurting now. So, and she does this a lot too. When her legs start to hurt, she starts to shake her legs, sometimes a lot more rapid than what she's doing, but from what she tells me, sometimes she's not even aware she does it, but this is just a way, I guess, her subconscious deals with the pain by shaking the leg.
Feels like it's on fire, so sometimes shaking it feels like it's gonna get some air.
Yeah, if you didn't hear that, she says it feels like it's on fire. So maybe it gives the feeling of some kind of coolness coming to the leg. But you can see now it's already dissipated. Maybe it's slightly hard to make it on the camera, but I hope you can at least tell somewhat of a difference here. But it's almost back to what it was initially when she was lying down. So